Oh, nice. The stream is working. There we go. We're waiting a bit. Maybe some people are coming in. Hi there. Let's begin now that we have one viewer. Welcome here. I hope you like this. So, we're totally at the start of the game. We've just left the ship when you arrive, and we're just walking around now. Looking a little bit. Let me activate the recording too, so there we go. So this is our island.
Take care of it. Give me a real challenge.
It's still the stealing stuff. Everything looks very beautiful here. You can look that everyone is even more detailed now. There are 3 Ruparu workers.
I'll see it done.
And they cannot be spoken to really, but we can look for someone. Here we have Himuihi and Vector. Let's talk to Vector. He seems like interesting. Another dwarf. No sign of my shipmates on the horizon. He sighs and billows the front of his shirt. The wet fabric slaps against his chest with a plopping sound. So Vector followed us. Here, I must watch the supplies at the trading post. You'll come to check on me, yes? Yes. Let's check on Himuihi, too.
I got it.
The woman stands outside the half-finished building, arms crossed as if in protest of any shelter it might offer. She looks like she's scowling, but the scars on her face make it hard to tell. I like the new handcrafted portraits. An outsider in Tikawara, who are you, stranger? Her hand strays toward a hide belt, cinched tightly about her waist. What does that mean? Is that a gesture that that means something? Probably. I mean, if we would be Island Aomara, we would know what that means, probably. So she's probably not looking combative, so otherwise this is probably a sign of something. I am Kavava Forgedawn, captain of Defiant. A captain? You had sailed downwind of the island. You would have moved on, I say. I tell Ranga Ruano that the stench of Tikiwara will drive away friend and outsider alike. Do you smell it? She flares her nostrils and grimaces. The stench of Tikiwara. You must be thankful that Berath enclosed your nose with that shell of a face. Yeah, we're looking great, aren't we? What are you talking about? She growls. I speak of the Lagufath. Oh my god. These guys from the White March, they have followed us here. There's no food on this barren island, as those monsters do not steal. Her scars are like seams, tugging her face into a scowl. Always they circle our village, looking for weakness. She shakes her finger, making an argument she seems to have made many times before. I push the cage with the young ones farther toward the beach, but I smell them even here. So they're actually making more of the Lagofath? Or is this the first quest? We have some rats, kill them. The Lagofath. No, we're feeling for these creatures. So you want them angry in addition to hungry? Anger will make them stupid and reckless, I say, more so than they are already. A week ago, I tracked the fish to Hohina Ravine, so I challenged the Mataru to a hunting competition. My mother's belt for the broodmother's head. Oh, she's a hunter then. Grinning, she thumbs the hide belt slung across her waist. It's not every day that newcomers land on our beaches. What say you show me how outsiders deal with Lagofath? We don't want to kill people, but it's Lagofath. Yeah, Lagofath are sentient creatures, actually. They form tribes and such. And they have helped us in the White March a lot. So, even though under the control of the goddess. Well, you seem strong enough to handle a few Lagofath. Ekera, what is that? You are on a term of agreement and emphasis. You're perceptive for being outside of the tribe. She nods, pursing her lips. The Ranga orders us to defend his trading post. Otherwise, I would take up my spare. This is sorry work for a Mataru, or the highest class of Wana society. I like these explanations. Mataru shoulder the responsibility of governing the other castes and determining the practical and spiritual needs of the tribe. For a Mataru, I say, she folds her arms tighter, looking at the cobbled-together building as though she'd like to kick it down. All right, I'll consider it. Keep your eyes and ears open. The brood is daring when the mother's close. She taps at the corner of one eye, leveling her gaze at you. Whatever it is your kind have, she frowns, looking a little uncertain. I'll have that fishwoman's head mounted in my hut before long. She exhales and turns her gaze away. So, what are you doing with this shipwreck? The Ranga wanted a trading post. She glowers at the strange building, which appears to be part scaffolding and part shipwreck. That's that thing here. Cannot scroll around while telling. He said it will bring more Valians, like the sweaty dwarf. They will bring food and supplies and their sweaty money. A shiver of disgust ripples across her face. Okay, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, we know what's wrong with that, but we want to know why she thinks it's wrong. Always I stand here. This is no job for the Mataru. We hunt, fight, and lead. She paces next to the trading post, restless energy practically quivering through her arms and legs. Well, you're going to be diplomats then when money arrives, not the direct actions anymore. So, you're like you're supervising. Someone must. She stops and frowns. So why aren't you hunting or fighting? It doesn't pay anymore, right? The money has come to you innocent people. What is there to hunt on this heap of rock and moss? No game, only Lagofath skulking in Hohina Ravine. And why do you not hunt the Lagofath then? Even the antelope know this is no fit home. The grasses are thin, and the trees are like a child's bones, small and soft. Even to build this, we must hike up the mountain for wood. And this would make Ryu sweat, and she raps the side of the trading post with her knuckles. Well, then they would have to go to the mountain for wood, and if they take the wood away, then the mountain disappears in time through the weather, and so on. That's environmentalism here, right? Is that? Well then, can I buy some supplies? Am I a Kunaru? An artisanal and merchant class of the Yuana society. Not given the equivalent praise of the Mataru. Okay, do I dirty my fingers with coins 1,000 hands have touched? Never. She spits. Go see the sweaty one, the dwarf. He washes his hands sometimes. Oh, a dwarf is never washing. Who are you kidding? Some help for my adventures? At last, a job worthy of Mataru. Choose from the finest hunters and warriors. And we can hire here as well. But we have a group already, I think. Don't we? Let's look at our group. We have a current party of 5. Could we... oh, it's 5 out of 5. Yeah, let's test these guys first. We have another rogue, a fighter, a wizard, and a priest. That should be good. Should be good. We could already hire a level 5 adventurer with our money. Wouldn't be bad, probably, but... So there, the Lagofath Broodmother it is. And who else is there? Ah, we're taking it slow here. Actually, now play... The focus is on looking at the game and finding more about the beauty of it and everything. Water's very detailed. Love it. And we have someone here. Quit your chopping. I have no fish for you. That's the Lagofath they captured.
Why not?
Pekeho is he called. He looks like an orc. Full tides. The fisherman lowers his head in greeting. Oh, that's a fisherman's greeting then. And wipes his hands on his sarong, which is mottled with fish guts. He doesn't meet your gaze. Why are those Lagofath caged? Himuihi and the other Mataru found them when they explored the island. In that cage, or what? He looks at the creatures with mingled trepidation and disgust. They bare their teeth in response, flies buzzing around their clouded, gunky eyes and the dull patches on their scales. I'm sorry, I had to make that noise. Continue. Said, maybe we train them to build. Yeah, why not? Lagofath's slaves or what? And if the soil and sea are mizzards here, then we eat them. He shrugs, scratching at his incurved belly. So everyone's hungry here too. Tigawara seems to be a terrible place. What else can you tell me about Tikawara? High tide is stingy with fish, and the low tide even more so. Points down the beach to a lonely wreck strung with a few scrawny fish. Farewell. So you got problems here, I get it. Pekeho. There's the crafts
Not happening.
woman.
I'll handle this.
Ah, we cannot buy anything from them. We need someone with a name again, I guess. Let's see where we can go. There's a Kuharu hut. Actually go over here. Oh yeah, welcome all viewers. Sorry, I couldn't I couldn't set this up earlier and warn you, but I just had time. It's basically that. I just had time, and so I thought, hey, let's start it now. Nigati's jaws will close around you, and these guys are arguing. What are they doing? Mukumu and Tamau. Why is he bound to that post? Let's ask her.
See it done.
Confess, Tamau, or will you let good food rot? A young warrior's forehead is furrowed with lines and beaded with perspiration. Stands over a man bound to a pole. That man has probably done nothing, knowing Pillars of Eternity. But we'll see. Does mine look like a full-belly idiot? Questioned the rest of the Roparu. We all hunger. Oh, that the lowest class of Wana society. Yeah, blame it on the Roparu. That's probably a saying there. The Roparu are designated to work as unskilled laborers and to starve in times of scarcity. Their status is a function of survival in the often unforgiving Deadfire and not a moral judgment. The Roparu are destined to be reborn into the Kurau or Mataru class in their next lives. Every word out of the bound man emerges as an agonized wheeze. He glares up at Mukumu. Oh, so probably he's telling him he ate something, and that is a crime in these times. That this guy ate something. Oh my god. What a society. Would you like to live in that society? Disgrace. Any other Roparu has worked 10 times in a day what you have in your life, and they do not complain. The warrior pulls a dagger from his belt and thumbs the tips thoughtfully. Blinking, he turns to you, wearing a bright, friendly smile. There's the disconnect. And he sees where the death got like. Yeah, that's about it with a smile. His expression freezes as he takes in the carapace-like flesh encasing your head. Ekera. Ekera, you must forgive my shock. Kith do not waste it often, much less the gods. He touches his brow and nods. For what do you make of this hagfish, eh? Will Tamau confess if I tighten the ropes? He gestures to the bound man. I take it he's done something wrong? Pego caught this wretch stealing the last of the koiki fruit. The tribe was to feast on it for a harvest ceremony. I stole no koiki, but I wish I had. I would have hid it somewhere most unpleasant. He bares his teeth in a defiant grin. You hear this? Second chance we give, and Tamau throws it in our faces. Mukumu holds the blade level with Tamau's heart. So you want to kill him for some fruit? What say you, Tamau? I say that I deserve what others have in plenty. Shade, a full belly, a moment to kneel on cool sands. Oh, he's a revolutionary there. Probably. He glares up at Mukumu. We stopped being a tribe when Ruanu dragged us into the path of the outsiders. Now we can only save ourselves. You shame us, Tamau. To return in your next life as a coconut crab would be too kind. Mukumu stamps his foot, kicking up a flurry of dust. So he wants justice, basically. He wants to change society. But as a member of the lowest class, that is probably impossible. As a single member. He's done this before. Lied and stolen? Ekera. Of course, that does that mean. When we have food, he takes more than he deserves. He steals baskets and pots and even pilfered a spearhead from a warrior on the hunt. Exasperated Mukumu mops his brow with the back of his hand. Why are you sweating so much? I say there is no person in Takawara who is not wronged in some way. Maybe no person in the Deadfire. Well, what was this Koiki ceremony? We would have eaten the last of the Koiki as a tribe. This way we give our thanks to Kohopa, the eel of life. His eyes go downcast. The eel of life. That sounds fishy and somehow misinterpretable. Eels Kohapa, representing the overworld and life, and Tangaloa, who represents underworld and death, devouring one another by the tail. There's something missing up there, probably. But we cannot click on it and have the full description like you would have in Tyranny, for example. That doesn't work yet, so we're going to read what we get here. In Huana folklore, Kohopa and Tangaloa were born before time existed, and each had an insatiable appetite. They began to devour all living things, and which each thing devoured, they became larger. Sounds like the old snails game, when there were no living things left to eat, and the two eels were so enormous as to encompass all existence. Oh, that's the world snake of Norse mythology. They began to devour one another. Thus all beings are perpetually passing through the digestive tracts of the two eels. Nice. That is a religion. We're passing through the digestive tracts of eels. Do you believe in that too? When one reaches the end, it passes through the mouth of the next eel. The gateway to or from the underworld, and the next stage of existence begins. After we pass the eel, our next stage of existence begins. I'm sorry. That sounds a little bit strange. To me, the notion of time is merely one's perception of the digestive process. So I take it eating is very important for you. The eel of life. Now this cannot happen, our harvest fails, because this one puts his empty stomach higher than the gods. Have you not learned there are no gods? What does that mean? Did anyone think saving the seeds might be a good idea? That's good, right? Is it traditional to eat the whole fruit, seeds and all? Yeah, we're going to come at that, but from behind, like a little bit trickier one. Akira, just so, he nods resolutely. Consume the fruit, seeds and all. This is how we pray to Kohopa for bounty. Oh my god. I thought we could now say, hey, why don't you save the seeds, and would it make things better if I had some spare koiki fruit on hand? I say missing food is not the problem. Tamau betrays the tribe, dishonors the Roparu, denies all of us Kohopa's mercy. He winces as if ashamed to even discuss it. And our character also doesn't really believe in gods and authorities, and so that's going to be interesting. And he will surely wash back into our nets as a mudfish in the next life if he does not tell us where the koiki fruit is. He raises his voice again just to be certain Tamau hears it. So you have your guilty man. What's to be done? Pekeho's word is enough to give Tamau over to the waves. Mukumu faces the beach and touches his brow. I don't know. Better to drown as an innocent man than starve with you fools. Tamau spits, but without the forward momentum. Just dribbles on his chin. Mukumu turns his gaze away, doing his best to ignore him. Justice does not fill our stomachs or our hearts. It brings the gods no closer to ending this famine. Some part of wisdom, at least. Mukumu's hand strays toward his stomach. He glances out to the horizon. Ah, come on. We got to free this poor man. Nah, we don't want a good word in your Ranga's ear. You're not like that. We don't want to please the authorities. We just want to save this man, and we got to say what we got to say for it. I owe the gods a favor. Your Koiki is as good as found. Even if we don't believe in gods, that is what would please him, right? Ekera, you would do this. I say our Ranga will dedicate the feast of the last Koiki to your name. He claps you on the shoulder, leaving Tamau all but forgotten. And can you now untie this man? Until the Koiki is found, I will delight in prodding this stubborn eel for answers. Oh my god. A stubborn eel. He touches the point of his dagger, his lips spreading into a broad grin. I know who we don't like. You're free to question him in your custom, I say. And Pekaho, he tarries often by the beach. We could talk to him again, we have already met him. Mukumu nods toward the shore. And what do you do here, apart from torturing people? I am a warrior, like most Mataru. Can you not tell? He poses, standing tall and flipping his blade in his hand. I have little reason to fight on Tikawara, except when the fishermen drink too much of the dwarves' man's liquors. But these are only small fights, not like it was on the islands we left before, when the pirates, the slavers... His expression goes slack. For several seconds his widening eyes stare blankly to some remembered horror. After a moment, he snaps back. But what did I say? Tikawara does not give in abundance. But there are worse things, Ekara. I'd like to know about the village. To find out maybe where the Koiki is. Then you must speak with the Ranga. His lodge is at the top of the hill, past the trading post. Nairi also knows much, but she's quiet ever since. I know, the pirates probably. They did something to her, probably. I don't know. His eyes go wide as he catches himself. He clears his throat. And you love her. Don't tell me you love her. Because we know. Nairi, she tends the shrine in the northwest part of town, near the statue of Ngati. Yes. He nods rapidly. Ngati is a Yuana trickster goddess with a humanoid body, the head of an anglerfish of the deep seas, who is thought to lure mariners either into or out of trouble at her whim. They often worship her as Ondra, making the Wana the only people that believe Ondra has a physical manifestation. Ondra. Oh my god. That goddess from the White March. Ooh, Ondra. We remember Ondra. We really don't like her that much. But she could speak with the Lagufath. Let me make a short pause here. Look at the chat and stuff. Oh, thank you. I'm trying what I can here. Oh, with a narration. Sometimes I need a little pause to drink something and... Oh, Baldur's Gate. Oh, really cool. Yeah, I'll do a series. I think when the beta is over, actually, I want to do a release series, and maybe we can get into some DLCs that are coming then, too. That would be nice. Just like a complete experience. I really like the looks and the feel of this game. It continues. Yeah, I did play Baldur's Gate, but that's been a while. I was very, very young when I played Baldur's Gate. So... let's get back to it, right? How about we continue for a bit, and thank you for James Earl Jones. I don't know who that is. Oh, probably terrible that I don't know it, but yeah. You were 18, I was like, I don't know, 13? Something about that. I was very young. And I've bought it like 2 times ever since, but when I played it when I was 13, it was a copy of someone who had something. But I've bought it over and over again on different platforms now, so got to be. So, well there. let's continue with the narrations. Yeah, we got it like on... We were still using, I think, the floppies. The floppy disks for that. So we had around 50 of these freaking things in our backpacks. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of discs. It was like it was the backpack trading. It was totally awful. Very old school, yes. So now back to the game. I'll be answering the questions in like another 15 or 20 minutes. We'll see how far that drives us. I'm also starting my recording as I'm recording this too, so you don't get irritated that I sometimes greet people that are not there. Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity Part 2 Deadfire, where we explore the beta. We have just talked to Tamao and Mukumu. That one being a member of the lowest class, and he's of the higher class, accusing him to steal some fruit, which is probably not done. We'll go back to the beach and speak to that guy, Pekaho, who probably knows something about that. You need something? The fisherman scratches his cheek, dusting it with glimmering scales. Mukumu says you caught Tamao stealing Koiki. Ekara. Agreement and emphasis. Pauses and stares at you with wide eyes. Oh my god. Knowing Pillars of Eternity, he's probably some kind of... He takes some stuff. continue. Tamau was creeping around the drying hut where we stored Koiki for the ceremony, north of our Ranga's home. So you saw him walking around there, but not stealing anything. He tips his head to gesture away, holding your eye contact all the way. I grabbed Tamau by the wrist and dragged him to Mukumu. We found all of the Koiki were gone, and not on Tamau. Snake brought this on himself, I say. They call him the Snake. Or is the Snake a saying for someone who is a liar and thief? Now Mukumu will deliver him to Tangaloa's Maw, where he belongs. Pikaho nods slowly. Is that the eel again? Yeah, that is the eel. Oh my god, to the digestive functions of the next eel. Sounds like the type of story a Koiki thief would tell. Yeah, he might have stolen them. We're not going to be so direct. Oh, party assist, look at that. What is that? Oh, so our party now helps. So you cannot only have... You don't have to be your main character for the dialogue options. Your party will help a lot. That's cool. Did you actually see Tamau with any Koiki? Ekera, it is as I said. Tamau was near the Koiki hut. He blinks at you. A bead of sweat rolls down his brow. Do we need more hints? Stuffing his face, I say. And if he will not admit it in this life, he will pay in the next one. That's near from the behind. You look awfully nervous, Pekaho. He opens his mouth to retort, but closes it and hangs his head. It is said the gods piss on the souls of liars before sending them back to Eora as krill. Tamau stole no Koiki. Kohopa must have made Tamau from sand lice because he gives nothing to the tribe, only takes. Okay, he wants to remove Tamau. But that's awfully unnice of you. That is really cruel. You want to kill someone just because he's a little bit useless? Phew. We are going to ask you directly. Did you steal the Koiki to bring him out of the tribe? No, Ekara, I did not do this. I provide for the tribe, not like that louse Tamau. He wrinkles his nose and looks away. I can see you. Why do you know? We don't know Tamau. We only know what the people tell of him, and that could be totally wrong. I suppose I'll decide what to do with this information. Tamau is as innocent as a skulking tide pool worm. Pekaho spits forcefully to the ground. He hates the tribe. Pity and charity fill his belly and shell pouch, and he has not strained a muscle to serve anyone but himself. Pekaho balls his hands at his sides. Knowing this does not bring the Koiki back to the drying hut, but it will help to heal the tribe. Would Mukumu accept your retraction without Koiki to prove it? No, he wants the Koiki and the guilty. So do we all, I say. I cannot say if the true thief covered their tracks, since Mukumu never looked for clues. Pekaho shrugs and calmly brushes sand off his foot. We're in a company of experts here. You come here and you already feel like you're in Baldur's Gate CSI. Everyone around you is totally incompetent, and you're only slightly incompetent. But the drying hut, a Kara in his sandals. This is where I would look. Alright. The plucked fruit. Where's the drying hut? Wasn't it somewhere here? No, that's a trading post. Is that marked, the drying hut? Probably here, the storage hut, right? Oh, we can look at the world map. Ah, this is the world map. The world is black. Everything is black here. It's a black place we're in. Well, it's the beta. I don't care if the world map is here or not. It's all okay. The game works and it looks beautiful. What do we have here? Oh, we could steal weapons. To move it around to see the fine poleaxe and fine. No, we're not gonna steal. We're rogues that do not steal. Can we speak to the man on the post too?
I've got it.
The bound man casts a wary stare down at you, his arms tightening weakly beneath their restraint. Maybe he has seen something. You look at me for what? To watch me shrivel up in the sun? That would be amusing, but maybe a trick of the light, but the man's emaciated skull does appear shriveled. So he has not eaten. That's the game's way of saying us. He has not eaten. Tell me about yourself, Tamao. I've seen better days than this. He grimaces up at you. I labor for the tribe, but our Ranga saves the best of everything for his warriors. For what does a warrior need with a full stomach when we are not at war? Tamao shakes his head and scowls. So you stole the last of the tribe's Koiki? If only my brain and my belly had coordinated, I say I would have tried sooner. He glances longingly toward the hut north of the Rangas. Pekeho hates me because I insult his puny catches of fish. All he does is weigh down his boat. So they hate each other, and so he tries to kill him. For this he accuses me. Ah, what's your side of the story? Pekeho says I was skulking by the drying hut north of the Ranga's home. Ekera, this is so. I would have taken the Koiki, but it was already gone. So he is a thief, but he has not done it. Can you think of anyone else who might have taken it? It is said the Roparu share one empty stomach. Blame any of them, I say. He grimaces down at his lean frame. It's probably the Lagufath. It's the Lagufath. I bet it's the Lagufath. Blame it on the Lagufath. The tribe dries me out like jerky because I am hated, not because I am a Koiki thief. Ah, I can see why you are hated, but you deserve also justice. Some questions. Maybe you ask someone with both feet on the ground. I need to conserve my strength. Alright, if you don't want to help, then you can stay here and probably dry. That fate. Someone offers to help you when you're in that position and you don't want to help him. He's not only hated, probably he's also not very intelligent.
Why not?
The bell's reliefs have been worn smooth in some places and crusted with patina in others.
I don't think so.
Oh, we could leave this place, but no, we're going. We could go to visit the shrine.
I'll see it done.
And this statue depicts a voluptuous woman. Yeah, that's with a slaughterfish. Oh, with the anglerfish. With the head of an anglerfish. The paint is thick as if freshly applied. Can we go up here? Can we look closer? She looks interesting, to say the least. Communal storage hut. Yeah, let's look there. Can we still speed up with D? No. What? Wait. One who was wise to bring us here a year and still foreigners never attack. Our food dwindles. Better to die fighting than starving. There's Tiana. There's the Chieftain's Lodge. Let's look now for the traces, shouldn't we? Oh, this is a way to the storage hut. Yeah, let's look here first. We'll probably fight. Hope your presence is a good omen. I like the pipe down right. Oh, this is new. I like this, to travel here. This is a bit messed up still, but... Oh, we have the ravine, and we have Tikawara, and we... Oh, we can... What is that? Oh, we can discover like that. Oh, that is fun. Is that the storage hut of the fruit? Huona Mahe. This was not a location. This was... Was this the storage hut? I don't know. The scent comes upon you gradually as you travel. It smells of the kitchens of Cardnua, of honey, cinnamon, and fresh bread. Cardnua, you all know what Cardnua is. It's our old fortress, of meals shared with those now absent. Success. What? Off the path you catch a glimmer of movement. Something large and bulbous stirs beyond the trees. I'll sneak closer to observe. Near the center of a nearby clearing stands a Delumgun tending to a large spore. The Delumgun seems formed of the living tropics, with vibrant flowers cresting her head. Her shape suggests that of an elf, replete with pointed ears. You'll approach openly. The Delumgun looks up as you enter the clearing, eyes widening slightly as she takes you in. Well, is that random events coming at us? That would be awesome. She takes a few steps to the side before reaching a protective hand to rest upon the large spore. Her attention remains on you. Like the cub that knows no better, you tread where others fear. Her voice rumbles like a falling tree limb. Tell us why. You're pretty demanding for a tree. What's a fine lady like yourself doing in a dark wood like this? Oh my god. No, she wants to know this, and we're intelligent enough to know that it's better to answer. I'll turn you into firewood. Are you in trouble? Do you need help? She says nothing for a moment, her head tilting to the side. Why do you ask this? Do you think we fear the spore? She smiles and brushes a hand along one of the spore's fronts. We have nothing to fear here. Drawn by the scent, were you? Her voice sounds like the whispers of wind through the leaves. We do not know why this stubborn spore does that. He has rooted his meal. Examine the spore. I don't know. What can I do? A mercenary fighter? I need someone with good survival, probably. Oh, he has good survival. Arcana. History. Alchemy. We'll choose him. The bulbous fungus towers taller than a Naumawa, its fleshy fronds hanging over its bulging stalk. A miasma of yellow dust hangs around it, gently stirring in the light breeze. A dank spore. You can barely make out the recumbent form of some unfortunate kith tangled in its roots. The essence the spore sucks from its victim glimmering along its length. If it notices you, it will likely attack, and inhaling the spores clouding around it could confuse your senses. Oh. Oh, let's keep talking. Keep talking. Yes, it smells amazing. She draws a mushroom cap from somewhere within her. We offer a gift, that we may part in peace, that you may preserve the sanctity of this place. A mushroom cap. We'll play her game, even if this is a trap. Eat the mushroom. The mushroom's flavor explodes in your mouth, sweet and tart, and you feel a tingling run the length of your body. The world seems sharpened, your thoughts to focus. Delamgan nods to you before she returns to tending the large spore. You leave her glade behind. I'd say this is maybe a little... I don't know what we just did there. And what is that? Is that the storage hut? Where do we find that storage hut, by the way? Is it here, maybe? The glaive. We find glaive berries. All right. Is that the storage hut? Now, this is really interesting. I don't know what we're doing here. Taondra Tara. Oh, nice. There's a big lake. And more to pick up. This reminds me of... how was it called? Xolima. Tara Bay. So this is above our level, Sunepi Beach. The Boa Hika Pass. There's a fight here. Now, we don't expect a fight. We just wanted to go to the storage hut. And it's apparently not there, or it's on the Sunepu Beach. And as we're in Path of the Damned, we'll not hurry into it. Maybe we'll just look around in the little village until now. Let us hide from the rain. Oh, the rain. Yeah, the weather. The weather. Let's investigate further. Let's just look at the shrine. What's in that shrine? Amira's winds blow bitter today, outsider. Oh, enigmatic tellings. What is here on the efficacy of imps? Oh, nothing questish, nothing important. Nairi, we were told to talk to her.
I'll handle this.
This looks like a smaller, older version of the statue outside. The wood is smooth and mottled with water
I'll handle
damage.
This.
Interesting. And do you look like your god? Does she have 3 bosoms? I don't know.
I'll handle this.
This woman is young, but her serious manner makes her look much older. Her nose and ears are pierced in several places, and her mouth is twisted in a scowl. More outlanders are your masters so desperate that they send you to plunder a starving village. I like how everyone assumes we are pirates or something. It's probably they have had very bad experiences, or they are xenophobe, or both. I think we got off on the wrong foot. Kavau Forge Dawn, Captain of Defiant. For what do you say this to impress me? You are no different from the last ones who came through. Well, we will not kill, plunder, and probably violate your privacy, right? She shakes her head, scowling. Outlanders conquer us with ink and paper pacts as well as blades. They conquer us all the same. She squares her stance and grimaces. So learn to fight or read the fine print. Either will do. Yeah, that's something she deserves. If our Ranga gave me the chance... She grits her teeth. Oh. So the fish stinks from the head. Ruanu. He collaborates with the bottom feeders who went to Poko Kohara for Adra riches. More Adra trades here. That sounds terrible. I warned the Valians about Poko Kohara, but why listen to the ignorant Huana girl? Now I remain. They are gone, taken by the curse. Valians are some of the most skilled navigators in the world. They don't just go missing. Poko Kohara was not for them. With Ngati's aid, the sea takes and gives in equal measure. That's Ngati, right? She raises her fingers to her brow. Yeah, the Huana trickster goddess. Ondra. The woman with the fish head. Dark clouds surround Poko Kohara, and in my dreams they swallow us all. She looks at the statue next to her, her eyes bright with intensity. It's a good speech, and it sounds like one she's rehearsed a little too carefully. Oh, that's our insight. Do you really believe all of that? She sighs deeply, her bony shoulders rising like a vulture's wings. We tell these stories not because they happen just so. We tell them for what they mean. Aranga's fear makes him too trusting. He believes the Valiant traders will protect us if they settle here and mine Poko Kohara. She closes her eyes and shakes her head. So the villagers pour their sweat into the sand, building a trading post on a barren island. So that's not good, right? So you want to be left alone here and not trade for anything and go hungry? Might be better, but what do you think will happen? Now that's always a good method of conversation, asking the people for their stories. If more Valians come, a Kera, the same as that has happened with every other foreigner, she waves a gangly arm in the air, and that is, they will kill us, rob us, enslave us, and we will be too busy building their halls and sweeping their docks to fight. She bites her lip in a bitter frown. If you go to Poko Kohara, I say the best thing is to destroy it for the tribe. Her brow raises sharply as she studies your reaction. When the Adra is gone, the Valians will dig somewhere else, leaving us to point our canoes toward more welcoming shores. How do you expect me to destroy luminous Adra? If I knew, then I would go myself. Anything that is built can surely be destroyed, Akira. And the storms are proof of powerful magic at work. Dispel this magic, banish it, whatever needs doing. She brushes off her palms. We won't say yes to that. We need to know more about that. And we also won't say no to her because inconvenience is a wrong description for what sorrows she has. So I'll consider it. I hope so. And we did not speak of this. Ekara, she nods, but her eyes are still narrowed in caution. No, why would we tell anyone? I hear that Anaharu also had problems with outsiders. She winces as you speak the name. One hand strays to the coral crescent pendant. She forces it back down, pinning her hand beneath her folded arms. Anaharu was the tribe's priest before me, and he was my father. Before he challenged Ruanu to a trial of waves, she sighs and takes hold of the pendant, gripping it in a tight fist. But he was cast off. We are forbidden to speak of him. Cast off? Probably set onto a canoe and sent away, right? Tell me about the trial of waves. And there's an argument between leaders that cannot be answered. We turn to Nagati, your eel. No, to the trickster goddess. Two challenges risk violent currents, beasts from the deep, and waves that would dash them against the rocks. So they swim. The winner, if there is one, has Nagati's favor. The loser, living or dead, is forgotten by Nagati and the tribe. Her gaze turns downcast. That's how they all look. And why did he challenge Ruanu? My father knew the traitors are as dangerous as pirates and slavers, perhaps more, because they grow strong in Neketaka. Her mouth becomes a hard line. Her eyes for a moment look distant, dead. So when the expedition came, he begged Ruanu to send them away and move the tribe to another island. Her knobbly knuckles pale as she squeezes the pendant. Ruanu, he did not listen, and Anaharu was done talking. What does it mean to be cast off? I mean, we already know probably, but we want to know. Really, it means the tribe must forget him. Ranga divided his possessions among the other Mataru, and now we do not speak of him. She swallows, still looking away. I see. Anaharu goes to his next life, but forgotten. He goes to a different tribe. Oh, I thought to a different eel. Okay. She hangs her head. Understandably. You don't seem to think much of Ruanu's leadership, stating the obvious. He's our Ranga. My own great-aunt looked into his soul and declared him such. Even as she says this, she hesitates, one hand clenching in a fist at her side. I must respect him, even as he builds a village for our enemies. Have you tried reasoning with him? It's probably useless. Your father tried that, right? Ekera, I have, and so did Anna. She breaks off, looking down and frowning. Anaharu, I must learn to stop saying his name. Are you the priestess of this tribe? She nods, one finger brushing the crescent pendant at her neck. We worship the same gods as the foreigners, but sometimes with different names. This is Ngati, the trickster of the seas. She points to the wooden statue. It's as smooth as an old piece of driftwood, and the sun-bleached and water-stained patches suggest years of travel from one village to the next. Foreigners know her as Ondra. To us, there's no difference. Yeah, Ondra is the goddess of oceans, forgotten things, which was the topic in White March. Loss, relentlessness, and mourning. Said to have once fallen in love with a moon and to have tried to draw it near with catastrophic consequences. Abydos. Going dead for that. People bring tokens to her temples of things they wish to forget, and her clergy sees the tokens cast into the sea. And we don't really like her. But still, she might be another Ondra here. And we want to make a pause, because it's been a while and I need to drink something. So see you in chat.
Time to see and not be seen.
Whoa, what was that? That was stealth. So we're back. Anyone has got some questions before we start again into immersion mode? Everything's working still fine. Ask away if you like. So anyways, we'll start again now. So let's see what the future brings for these people here. The poor Aumaua. Let's continue. So we've just talked to the priestess here of
I'll handle this.
Ondra, which is called, I cannot remember. This is how Ondra looks here. Pretty nice, eh? Beautiful young woman with a fish head. And we'll look around and look for more. And probably we need to convince the leader of this tribe to do something. Of course, the leader seems to be a very bad leader. Are there any good people? Rongi. And she's here at that statue. Is that... Oh, he is here, probably. Probably a man making that statue, right? A sculpture. There's the bell.
Why not?
The bell's reliefs have been worn smooth in some places, encrusted with patina in others.
I'll see
So,
it.
Rongi, who are you? This Aumaua man seems lost in thought. His clothes are neat and clean, but he's tugging on the fringe of his sash, which he's worried into a long, loose thread. He looks up at you, his bleary eyes suddenly sharp and alert. What say? You are new to Tikawara. He nods, looking you up and down. What do you do here? I weave baskets and mats, strong and soft, just as my mother's cousin told me. He smiles with real pride. In the afternoon, I'll go to the trading post to sell them. Of course, all that I earn goes back to the Ranga first. This is prize, share. A Huana term referring to distribution of wealth. Oh, all right. So the Ranga gets everything. And he distributes it. Maybe. Price share. Ekara, we trust in our Ranga to dispense our food, goods, and coin to the tribe. The Mataru get the best of all, and then the Kuaru, the Roparu, share with what is left among themselves. Mukunu sees to it that Tamao is made an example of what breaking prize share looks like. Rongi frowns to himself. And do you know anything about the missing koiki fruit? Only that Tamao has slept like a fat tortoise, while the rest of us chew on reeds to fool our bellies. Rongi folds his arms. Ekara, no one could be less surprised. Tamao had this coming. You don't seem particularly upset about it. Guilty or no, being tossed to the waves is what Tamao deserves. I have no tears for him. He complained until the Ranga gave him my finest mats, and then left them out for the sport of beasts. That the gods sought him. Rongi's lip curls back, but he holds his composure steady. So we have an innocent asshole, maybe. So even if Tamao is innocent, you don't care. The tribe has challenges enough without Huana eating from each other's plates. Flaring his nostrils, Rongi glances away from you. You overstep for a stranger, an outsider. I say you should go back to the shore that welcomes you. All right. He turns away and says no more. Interesting. Oh, that's one of the Roparu. Can we ask him something? Hey, you. Tikawara, we work hard but find little food. So you're in a terrible place. We're at the chieftain's hut. We could go to the... No, we're at the Kuaru hut. We should go there first, probably. Ask the people here. In that hut. Maybe we'll find something. Maybe we'll find some traces. What's here? It's woven from Kaora reeds. A hardy but flexible material smelling of sea salt. Tasty. We cannot eat it, even if you're very hungry in this thing. There's Ngemi and Wihara probably weaving if we look right here. What's there? That would all be stealing, so we're not going to go there. Ngemi.
I got this.
For what does Rongi go out to the beach in the middle of the night?
Consider it done.
Rongi's restless.
I've got it.
Pokokohara makes for a strange neighbor.
I've got it.
Weaving mats from Kaora reeds is best, I say.
I've got it.
So Rongi goes out to the beach in the middle of the night. Interesting. Rongi, that was the man we just spoke to, right? What just happened there? There's a chieftain's hut. The cage. Communal storage hut. We wanted to go there, but it wasn't there yet. Or we didn't find it, rather. Let's have a look at the chieftain, too. Oh, there's Tiana.
I'll handle
What is
this.
that? The drum emits a deep, satisfying boom when you strike it. Boom, boom! Hey, Tiana.
I'll see
Wanna
it
make
done.
boom boom? No. A seasoned Huana woman rests her elbow on the drum like it's the only thing keeping her upright. She pats the hide skin, the percussion no more effortful than a sigh. She opens her eyes as you approach. And, hey there, I am Kivava Forgedon, captain of Defiant. One of her eyebrows arches up with an unspoken question. She squints down at the dock and nods toward your boat. She touches her brow with 2 fingers, then she gives the drum a pair of playful taps. It may have been an introduction. Oh, you speak through your drum. Is that a yes? Don't you speak? A deep, wrinkled scar traces a winding path down her neck. She tilts her head to the side and beckons you to look closer. The angle and shape look like the mark of a boar's tusks. She raises one finger and points down to a dried hoof knotted to a belt. Then she makes a gesture of pulling back and releasing a bowstring several times in rapid succession. Grinning, she snaps her fingers and leans once more against the drum with a satisfied sigh. We'll tap too. You play a short, hesitant beat. She bites the inside of her cheek and considers before drumming a quick response with her knuckles. And she beats a harder, faster rhythm and steps back, grinning at you. Oh, we should be a bard, right? Play something together. She places a hand on her hip, skeptical as you start to build up a rhythm. Eventually she bobs her head and smiles a little wider. She eases in closer, your shoulders touching, and beats on the drum fast enough to build tempo without outpacing you. Her rhythm response changes the tune, introducing complexity, while keeping the spirit of the original alive. Is that jazz? I think it's jazz. She closes her eyes and sways in place. The flow of her movements make the beat look effortless, but her arms are a constant blur, and the village below heads begin to bob, furrowed brows momentarily relax. Finally, she breaks the rhythm and steps back, shaking out her arms and sucking in deep breaths. She tips her head to you, gratitude and recognition mingling with her exhaustion. What do you do here? Exaggerating her movements, she shields her eyes and scans the horizon. And she points off at the distance, kicks her legs up with youthful glee, and pretends to pound on the drum with wild, enthusiastic beats. Shrugging, she lets her hand fall to her sides once again. Do you know anything about the tribesmith in Koiki? Frowning, she sweeps her hand out to gesture at the entire village at once. She shrugs, and her hand wanders toward her belly. She sighs through her nose. All right. She misses the Koiki. Let's look at her. Poor woman cannot speak anymore. Maybe she doesn't want to, though. You never know. Was that the storage hut? No. Or maybe it was. Maybe we should go here. Is that the Koiki hut? You see, I don't want to talk to the chieftain. We really want to ignore the chieftains, because we're not believing in authorities, really. So that is... No, that's the...
I'm afraid not.
That is not the hut, I guess. Well, if we have to, let's go to that chieftain. Odd faces here. Is that a bird? What kind of god is that? Go to the chieftain's lodge and ask him about the whole matter. We haven't heard anything good from him, but... So they are talking to him, or they are probably protecting him. Hey, we could unlock this. Does that still not lead to conflict? We don't know. Ah, welcome to Tikawara. And he welcomes all strangers.
I'll see it done.
Chieftain Ruanu. Anomawa? Oh, it's the smiling one. The only one that smiles that we've met here. Anomawa huddles in close conversation with the warriors next to him. He whispers in a low, stern voice. No sooner do you catch his eye than he grins wide enough to stretch every muscle in his face. Happy day that the gods smile upon us. Yeah, well, a favorable omen. He inclines his head and touches his brow. I see why you were made chieftain. You have a silver tongue. At your service? No, that's too much. You get many outsiders in Tikawara. Not yet, but soon. Tikawara will blossom when our valiant friends make a port to rest their sea legs. I would shower you with the fruit of our harvest, but the season is unkind, I say. Pococohara is restless. Even from afar the storms tear our bounty up by the root and chase fish to the calmer shores. He raises his hand to gesture to the east. His hand falls limply to his side. What is Pococohara? That's probably a volcano, right? An island not touched since the days of our ancestors. Oh! The Walians went to Pococohara for luminous Adra, but their expedition does not return. As the storms grow wild, Tikawara dies around us. No traveller will land here if they are forced to eat their belts, I'd say. He absently presses his knuckles, worrying the blood from his fingers. Well, I have some history with old places that cause storms. I'll take a look. His eyes widen a little. The smile that creases his face seems for a moment genuine. Oh, otherwise he's just smiling falsely. Here, this was a token passed down from the Rangas, said to come from Pococohara in brighter days. He passes you a heavy length of copper shaped in a spiral. This looks like a seashell. The Muzuma snail, a foul thing, yes. They eat through the dead faster than Tangaloa, I say. The eel. It is nothing my Kuaru would craft, the ancestors and their hobbies. Shrugs, smiling. If you need aid, Himwihi's warriors need only someone to bark the commands, and they will go. He raises his fingers to his brow once more. Oh. Nairi seems to have a chip on her shoulder. He sighs and rubs his forehead. She's our priestess, but she is new to her duties. He clears his throat and forces a smile. She did not mention Anaharu. We'll lie for her. No. She mostly talked about curses and the foreign scourge. Chuckles in spite of himself, shaking his head. Better not to voice certain things, Ikara. Nairi has suffered enough, I say. He nods, as if a mutual understanding has been struck. Yeah, we'll talk like he wants to hear it. We will not confront him. You don't seem to mind the Walian influence here. Some tribes push the foreigners away, but it is good to have powerful friends. Frown briefly crowds his expression. And what was that frown? If the Walians come, they will build an outpost here in Tikawara. His gaze unfocuses, like he's convincing himself of every word. Then we will have more to trade with outsiders than just Rongi's mats. With coin comes protection, friendship, he nods vigorously. A favorable agreement for both sides, I say, spoken like a true politician. Are you always this friendly? I say that in Tikawara there's always a spot around the fire, and a gurgle reverberates from the stomach of the guard standing next to Ruano. He grimaces and places his hands over his belly as if to muffle the sound. The Ranga shoots him a withering glare. And a koweki in every hand. When he turns back to you, he's all wide smiles and pleasantries again. Oh, interesting. So the koweki again. Tell me about your tribe. Our village here is young still, but we will grow when the Walians come. The Walians? Are you hired by them? That is for what we build many houses now. Even the trading post, he beams with pride. We make Tikawara pleasing to the Walians. Then when they come from Pokokohara, they build their harbor here. They must. He clears his throat. I had questions about this Pokokohara again. Wind and sorrow are all that emerge from the ruins. Never answers. He waves you on. Oh, ruins. That's our specialty. No more about the ruins? Why not move the tribe elsewhere? In our old villages, we were raided by pirates, I've heard that. Stolen by slavers and killed by Rawatayan scouts. I can understand. His head droops further with each admission, as if their acknowledgement diminishes him personally. So I brought them here where the soil is too poor for koiki fruit and the waters too shallow for great fish. At least we are in the path of Walian traders as they come and go. This is protection, prosperity, a future, and a god-forsaken place no one wants. That is probably your protection. He nods resolute in the idea. How is Pokokohara causing storms? You're new to the islands. I would not expect you to know of these things. Our ancestors told of luminous Adra, the bones of the Deadfire, breaching through the sands of Pokokohara. Ngati raises her watery fist in defense of the Adra. Walian or Huana, it is nothing to her who suffers in the wake of such anger. Beyond the storms, is there any danger? Ekara, we paddle our canoes the long way around Pokokohara for a reason, I say. And other people lived among our ancestors and built a temple in the desert. Now there's only death. The Walians closed their ears to my warning. He shrugs, glancing away. Back to my other questions. Speak on, friend, what say? He spreads open his palms. Do you only have that sweaty dwarf? Where could I find supplies else? The Walians left many crates with a dwarf. Oh yeah, the dwarf. He hoards them by the beach. Annoyance flickers across his face, but it's gone as quickly as a ripple on the water. But we never refuse a guest. Well, if you need sleep, Himuihi will show you all the villagers contending for the honor of your visit. And if you need strong Mataru warriors to fight at your side, then Himwihi can help you with this also. She guards the trading post. Good to hear. Oh, let's look around here a bit.
Watch and learn.
The wood is smooth under your hand. The totem looks to have been carved and painted recently.
I'll see it done.
The many rips in this worn old banner have been lovingly stitched back together. Nothing to learn. He seems like a good politician, but other than that, nothing much. Nothing much. We'll have to go out there and do what the adventurers do. So, let's make again a short pause. Maybe I'll stop the stream now. I don't know. It's pretty late here, and I'm getting tired. And you won't like me yawning all the time. So, I'll just stop the recording for now, if you have some questions. So hey there all. Yeah, I'm not really a pro in streaming, so I don't watch the chat all the time. I would have to need a second monitor or something. So I'm learning. I'm making pauses and then I answer the questions of the chat and talk to the chat only. And yeah, now I'm getting pretty tired right now, so might repeat this at a later date. I always don't know when I have time. So I'm trying to get the word out. But this was very spontaneous today. Welcome all that are watching here still. All 12 of you. That's a lot for streaming, I guess. So, I hope you're well and all. I think I'll let this end here. For you, I hope you had a good evening, and you still have a good evening or a good night, or a good whatever time it is for you. We'll see each other either on either on the channel or on another stream. So thank you all, and have a nice time. Have a good time and happy gaming to you. And I think happy Thanksgiving, was that recently? I think it was last was it last Sunday? I don't know. Well, have a good time until then, and happy gaming. I don't know if it's better than Pillars of Eternity 1. It's, I don't know, I judge the game when I have completed it. It would be enough for me if it would be equally good as Pillars of Eternity 1. I cannot judge it like now. It's fun, but it's only the beta. And I don't know. In betas, everything can change still and will change. And graphics are going to get better. Music's going to be better. Dialogues are going to be better. Everything is going to be better. This is only the beta. So then, I'm sorry for all people arriving. I'm just closing the stream and saying goodnight, goodbye, and see you in another stream. I'm also putting this up incomplete in 4K, if possible, in the coming days. It needs a while to render that, so you can watch it then too. And yeah. So see you then, or in the episodes. You can also comment there. I'll answer your questions there as well. And yeah, that's about it. See you and have a good night. I'm signing off for now, and yeah. See you then.